of Lift to Get Lean.
Awesome. So we are going to dive right in. Leanne and I were just chatting before the call started, and we can already tell this group is going to be awesome. Part of that is because it's a lot of return people, and that makes our job easier, but also gives you guys who are new tons of support, because I have a way of doing things, Leanne has a way of doing things, but guess what? Steve has a way of doing things that work really well that are different than what we do. And as you can see, Dawn has a way of doing things. So everyone brings something to the table, and the more we can collaborate, the better it's going to be. So how does this whole thing work? So all of our communication takes place in the Facebook group. I emailed you once. I emailed you just to make sure that you were in the group and that you have the link to the Google Doc to figure, so I can know what information I need to fill out your macros. I will email your macros to you, but beyond that, all the questions need to go into the Facebook group, not Leanne's private messenger, not my Kylie Fit work page, not our emails, but the group. Unless it's like super secret private, which I understand. Use your discretion, but most things aren't super secret private. We just kind of feel silly asking them. Don't. There is really no silly question. If you don't know what a protein is, it's not silly, and we'll go all about that. But keep all the questions in the group. You're going to hear from us in the beginning about 3 times a day. There will be a morning post. There will always be a morning post. There will typically be an afternoon post / video. And then in the evening, that's where we post our macros. So there will be a post up that says, post your macros here. And underneath that visual, everyone will post their macros. That way, Leanne and Margie and I can look at your macros and offer suggestions for those of you who are new to this. And then also, it keeps you accountable, because I'll be like, hey, Kim, where's your macros? Hey, Steve, where's your macros? And I haven't done that yet, but this group is full of veterans, and I feel like you're in an okay place for that. Unless I know you're not tracking, and that's okay too. Leanne, do you want to talk about like what else goes on in the group, what else the group is good for?
Yeah, of course. So the group, I think my favorite part about the Facebook group is it gives you a forum for holding each other accountable, sharing ideas, sharing recipes. Here's what I ate today. Kylie already went over, like, you'll post your questions in there, and we will do a lot of checking in with you. But the more you interact with each other, the more benefits you're going to get from that Facebook group. Kylie will also post a lot of mindset activities within that Facebook group. This is a great opportunity for journaling, kind of reflecting, because this whole program, it goes a lot further than just nutrition and exercise, and it's a lot bigger than that. And you'll start to figure that out. Many of you already know this because you've been a part of Lift to Get Lean. So that Facebook group is meant to be a support system for you. There will also be some infographics that are shared, some videos, some files and things that you can read. And if there's something that you want to share, that's a great place to put those things. You will find the workouts outside of the Facebook group. They'll be on a portal, and we'll go through that. But just the daily check-ins, the macros, the infographics, the videos, those are all going to be within the Facebook group.
Yes. And also, quick note, when we get into week 3, we talk a lot about stress, and there's all things that lead to stress. One of them is being on our devices too much. So I started having more parameters with like how much time Leanne and I are on Facebook, what time of day we shut it down. So just know that if you post your macros like after 6 p.m., which most of you will do, we'll get back to you in the morning. Because I just don't want either us to have to be online all night long, because then you can't get enough sleep. And also, I want you to not be on social media all the time, because some people have a hard time just coming into the group, and then you go down this rabbit hole. It doesn't have to be that way. Come in for the group. We will always get back to you. If for some reason you don't see a response to your question, tag us so that we can see that we missed you. And in the last couple of rounds we implemented on Sundays, we're not in the group. We will be the first 2 Sundays when we show you how we meal prep. But after that, that's your day to get caught up, to rest, to go to the grocery store, to do whatever you need to do. You don't need to be on your computer, because I know once we get on our computer, then we start checking our email, and then we get cut into a work project. I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen at all.
Yes.
Rules of the group. First of all, no complaining. Keep it positive. And there's a fine line. It's okay to share how you're feeling, but try to keep it positive. Don't come in and be like, it's been a day, I've done everything and nothing has changed. So nothing, it doesn't happen like that. So just try and keep it positive, number one. And like I mentioned in the first video I did this morning with the Ready, Willing, and Able, no comparing. Do not compare what you're doing with what Kim's doing, with what Steve is doing, me, Margie, anyone. That's not fair to yourself. So focus on you, eyes on you, trust us. We know what we're talking about. We have made it work. We do what you guys do. We're not doing anything different. We might be doing less cardio than you, though. That we might be doing less of.
I'm sure of it.
Sure of it. If you're a cardio bunny, we'll talk about that later. And more is not better. More is just more. We want smart, strategic. We don't want stressed out, burnt out bodies. What else? Let's go into let's talk about the workouts. We give you 5 workouts per week. Do you have to do all 5? No. You could do 3 per week. You may not do any of the workouts, and you may focus on nutrition this round. That's okay. You're coming to us from a different place. You don't have to do the first workout on day 1. You don't have to do the second workout on day 2. You figure them out however you can. And with that being said, I'm going to see how I can screen share here. Let's see, share my screen. All right, good. Ignore my my desktop. Let me get onto my screen. So hopefully you've had a chance to get into the portal. Everyone watching, have you been able to get into the portal? Yeah, cool, awesome. Now I have the screen up, so I will share my screen. Here we go. So in the portal, we have a little welcome at the very top. There's the welcome. Then we have our weekly workout. So here's week 1, home. Here's week 1, gym. You have access to both of these the entire time. Click on it, it'll take you to the workouts. Okay, let's dive in. Let's see. Upper body day. Oh, I guess I can't. It's loading. There's upper body day. Oh, I need to do something with my registration. But upper body day, leg day, back day, it changes. You fit them in however you can. Below are how-tos, so how to print the workouts. For those of you who want to save the workouts for later use, definitely watch this video. How to save the portal on your phone. You're definitely going to want to do this. That way when you're at the gym and you have a question, you don't know what the workout is, that's what you do. Here's another really important spot I want to point out. The PDF resources. So everything I posted this morning with the intro document, shopping list, and the 5 habits, that lives here in the PDF resources. And then on the other side here are our weekly videos. So I just uploaded the video that I did this morning, and I will upload this video here as well in the weekly videos. Now, what was I going to say? So regarding how to approach the workouts, how do you like to do it, Leanne? Like, do you look at the workouts for the week and then write them down, review them?
So what I usually do is I look at my week first. So what do I have on my schedule? What are my days going to look like? What days do I need to take as rest day because of my schedule? And then I take a look at all the workouts and I place them in my schedule and I put them on my Google Calendar. I have to do it super structured just because it's chaos, my schedule is. So what I try to do is I try to split up my lower body days and my upper body days so I'm not doing something back to back, so that I can rest, say, my lower body and then do upper body the next day or something like that. So I don't do the workouts in a specific order, like they are on the portal. And that's something, you're going to need to find something that works for you. And then sometimes there will be a day where I can't make it to the gym. I'd much prefer to go to the gym, but you don't have to go one or the other. Like, it doesn't have to be, okay, I'm only doing the at-home workouts, I'm only doing the gym workouts. The really nice part about the way the workouts are structured, if you absolutely need to work out at home, or say you have a great opportunity to go to a new gym or whatever it is, you can kind of mix and match them. Or if you come up on a workout where the equipment doesn't exist at your gym, that's a great opportunity to take a look at the at-home version, because there's going to be some kind of similar exercise that you can probably do without equipment. So when I plan my workouts for the week, I plan it based on what my week looks like, what I'm going to be able to fit, the time that I have available in that day. So it's going to be different for everyone.
Absolutely. And I do suggest use this week to poke around in there, look at the different weeks, look at the different movements, scope out your gym, figure out how to do the things, so that on Monday, you're not having to look at that week's workouts and figure it out. So what you're going to want to do is on Sunday, review the workouts for the week. I like to write them down in a notebook and take my notebook to the gym rather than be looking at my phone the whole time. And that way you can also record your weight. So the next time you go to a lat pull down machine, you realize, okay, I put 60 pounds on it last time. I'm going to start with 70 this week, because I know I felt I could go a little bit stronger. So use a notebook to write the workouts down. This is a suggestion to track your weights. And each week you're going to see how much stronger you get. For those of you who have not strength trained before, you guys get those baby gains so quickly, and it inspire you and keep you going. It's so awesome to see. And that's one great thing about strength training. Some of us, it takes a lot of conditioning to run a mile, but you can start to get stronger really quickly. Let's talk about fitting in your other workouts. So a lot of you guys, I know you like to go to Orange Theory, you love to go to your spin classes, kickboxing, Zumba, etc. That's great. You can do those workouts for your HIIT, for your cardio, and I'll talk about cardio in a second. Strength training is the way that you sculpt and tone your body. It's called bodybuilding for a reason. Not that we're bodybuilding, but bodybuilders figured it out. We use the weights to sculpt the body that we want. Cardio is bonus. We want any fat loss to be independent of our working out. So don't worry about cardio. We do need to do cardio for our heart strength, but cardio is not going to get you the body that you want. Okay. It's not going to help you. It will help you lose fat, but it's not the end all be all. It's not the only way. It's not the best way. So with those things, I suggest prioritizing the strength training workouts, because you get more bang for your buck, and then do your Orange Theory, your spin class for the HIIT. If you want to do a couple other cardios, do that. But you don't need to be doing any more than 3 cardio sessions per week unless you are training for a cardiovascular endurance event like a half marathon, a marathon, or an Ironman. 5K, nope, don't need to train for that. So just keep that in mind. And if you have specific questions, let me know. But I'm going to say 2 to 3 cardio sessions. No more than that are needed, 30 minutes in length. A HIIT session could be 15 to 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how intense it is. Leanne, do you want to talk about supersets, trisets, drop sets, etc.?
Sure. So a lot of the workouts are written so that a couple of exercises go together, and it's called a superset. So this is a pairing of 2 exercises. And what you're going to do is you're going to swap between the 2. So say you're doing 15 reps of lat pull downs and then 15 reps of bicep curls, and they're supersetted together. You're going to do 4, and it's 4 sets. So you're going to do 15 of those lat pull downs, 15 bicep, maybe a short rest, and then 15 more lat pull downs, 15 bicep. And you're going to go between the 2 for 4 total. So a superset is when 2 exercises are paired together. You're alternating between the 2. Triset is going to be 3 exercises. So you do the first, the second, the third, go back around. First, the second, the third. A drop set is going to the weight is going to change from one set to the next. So, Kylie, do you typically write it so that the weight goes up or down? I don't remember.
Down. So like, let's use
Down. Okay.
curl drop set for 10, 10, and 10. So you'll pick up the 20s and you'll do 10 reps at 20 reps or 20 pounds, set those down, grab the 15s, do your 10 reps, set them down, grab the 10s and do your final 10 reps. It is an awesome way to get a burn at the end of your workout. I love drop sets very much.
Yes.
and
then in the HIIT workouts, you'll also see Tabata, and it's typically like an all-out interval and then a recovery interval, but you're going back to back between those. And for your, say it's a 20-second Tabata, you're going to go all-out effort for 20 seconds, and then you get your 10 seconds between. It should indicate on the exercise what your Tabata intervals are and how many times you're doing it. But if you have any questions about the way a workout is written, there's a good chance somebody else has the same question. So go ahead and post that in the Facebook group.
And I just showed you guys, like in the portal, the PDF resources, all the terms are in a glossary. So just look up weight training glossary and terms, and you'll see those things there if you don't know what Tabata, drop set, superset is. Let's dive into, and I see we've got 2 dudes on. So for Rob and Steve, the only change I would make, yes, fist bump. The only change I would make for you guys, you can drop the reps and go heavier. So if I have 15 to 20, you could take that down to 12 to 15, or maybe even 8 to 10, and really focus on going heavier, even if it's a superset, and increase your rest then. So the heavier you go, with the lower reps, the more rest you're going to need. So just know that. Let's see.
Oh, and did we touch on how long the workouts take?
Oh, great question, Leanne. No, we didn't. Let you talk about it.
Okay. So with the workouts, usually like a high intensity training workout or a HIIT training is going to be like 25, 30 minutes, maybe a little longer. You want to allow leg day you want to have a larger block of time for that. Those are usually going to be about an hour long. And then I would say most of the upper body workouts are 45 minutes to an hour as well. If you aren't going to get through everything, or if you know you're short on time, one thing you could do is, like, say you have 4 sets of everything, you could drop it down to 3 sets of everything, or do what you can, right? A workout is better than no workout. So, be mindful of your time. We really care about your time. We want this to work with your schedule, but do allow a little bit longer time for those lower body workouts.
Absolutely. And if you're working out at home, I feel that those go faster just because you're not waiting on people. You don't have to navigate an entire gym. So that is definitely a benefit to working out at home. Any other questions about workouts, please let us know. You can't do it wrong. I mean, of course you could do your form wrong, but I want you to make the workouts work for you, whether you're doing 3 or 5 or 2. Let's talk about nutrition. Oh, go for it. You got a question, Rob?
Yeah, just when you were talking about superset and trisets, can you actually explain the upper body workout that is for our first one? I think it's like a quad set. It's like something, and then a J curl, and then an alternating twist curl and a dumbbell. That's the first one I looked at, and I was like, I just don't get this one.
Sure.
That's
awesome. I don't need to
awesome.
go into the weeds if you guys don't want to go into the weeds now.
No, that's not weeds at all. And honestly, this might be one of the ones. This was from the last session. I think I'm actually going to change this one because it was a little bit too circuity. But let's see. Let me see if I can pull that puppy up. Let's take a look. But basically, you do it like a little circuit. And I believe it's a time interval, like 40 seconds work, 10 seconds rest.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't timed.
Okay.
It just was confusing whether you do. It looks like you have progressive 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 reps.
Oh yeah.
But do I do all of my dumbbell back? Do I do my 3 dumbbell back reps and then I do my 3 bicep curls, or do I do alternate until I hit 3 reps and then I move up to 4 and 5? I just didn't.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm going to right now. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, the circuit, Arnold press, J curl. Oh yeah. I am going to be changing this, just so you know, because I feel like it took too much time for people, and I didn't want you doing that. but we're going to keep the Arnold press and the J curl. I'll probably make it 2 different supersets. So thank you for pointing that out. I'm going to change it because it was too hard for everybody to like understand and nobody did it right. I'm like, too confusing. I'm cutting it. But thank you for bringing it up, Rob.
Happy to do that.
I love it. Yeah, we'll simplify that. But awesome question, you guys. If that stuff comes up, let us know so we can clarify so you're not wasting your time. Any other questions on the workouts for you guys that are watching live, which I absolutely love?
So maybe I missed this, and I'm sorry if I did. So it's like you'll soon realize that I am all in, hands in. I will do everything that you tell me to do. But how you said like 3 days of cardio. I don't do any cardio. I just do core power C2. So like,
I love you. I love you doing cardio. If you can fit that hit in, great. But do you ever do yoga sculpt?
I hate yoga sculpt.
Yeah, then don't do yoga sculpt if you hate it. I would try and fit in 1 cardio just for your heart.
And so does that mean like just jump on a treadmill then, or go
on a treadmill,
okay,
jog, stairs,
something?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
so I only need to do
HIIT
cardio
workout is going to be a cardio as well.
The HIIT workout is cardio, and then I can do 1 cardio on my own, and that's the only cardio I need to do?
Yeah.
Okay, thank God.
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, you could also just do that HIIT cardio and be great.
Okay, cool. I see that now. Thank you.
I love that you don't do cardio. This is great. Okay, cool. Any other workout questions? Clarissa, Mary, Allison?
No, Rob answered mine. I was looking at that first week, and
No, I gotta change it. I don't like it.
Same. That was my same question. I had like a panic last night. I'm like, I can't do this. What does this workout mean?
Right? No panics. Please don't panic.
I had to hyperlink everything and look at your YouTube videos to see how to do what you're talking about. So.
What the hell is she doing? No.
I know.
Okay, cool.
Yep. No, I'm good. I love cardio though. I'm sorry,
Awesome.
I'm cardio. Yeah,
Right.
I'd rather do that than anything.
And that's the thing. It's not a bad thing. We just have to understand the purpose of it. We use it for our heart strength. If you love it, do it. If you're training for a long distance thing, we do it. But it doesn't give you the body that you want. It's not the most bang for your buck. I love cardio too. I used to love it a lot more. But you'll see why we back off on cardio, mostly in week 3 when we start to talk about stress. And I won't dive into that right now, but it has to do with stress levels and cortisol. So let's talk nutrition. A lot of you guys
one more question for you guys.
Yeah, go for it, Rob.
What is a quick full body kind of warm up that we can do before we jump into these exercises, or do you recommend just kind of jumping into them?
No, I want to give you guys a mobility workout. It'll basically be lunges, walking lunges, body squats, a lunge with like a rotation, and if you have a PVC pipe, some circles. But I will do that today, so you guys have a pre-workout thing. Maybe if you can walk, depending on when you work out and how much time you have, 10 minutes on the stairs, 5 minutes walking, some jumping jacks or jump rope, that's all great. I like kettlebell swings to warm up too, but I'll get you a video of what to do. Yeah, I love you. That's perfect. All right. So nutrition, a lot of you guys have already filled out the macro form. I've sent 2 people theirs. I will get those to you by Thursday, no later than Thursday. In the meantime, if you have not already, download MyFitnessPal on your phone, or you can use it on the desktop and start logging your food. If you're new, don't worry about hitting any numbers. I want you to see where you're at, how much you are eating. And notice there's a difference between logging your food and tracking your macros. Logging is just entering. Tracking your macros is doing it with the intent of hitting certain numbers. So more on that to come. You have a goal that you're going to want to hit, and we will have a separate video which is tracking FAQs and how to actually track. Right now, just get used to entering your food.
Kylie?
Nothing, yeah.
Can, for Steven, I think is the other guy on here.
Yeah.
Can you maybe also give advice in those videos about how to make up like protein numbers without using so much protein powder, protein bars, things like that? Like, I find like I have to do a ton of that.
And for you gals that are watching, here's the deal. Macros are based on your size. So Rob and Steve are bigger because they're men, and their protein is going to be higher because it's typically like a percentage or it's based on your body weight. It's hard to get 200 grams of protein in without using a shit ton of supplements. So absolutely. And it basically is going to come down to portion sizes. But I also have a super shake guide, and the shakes are a great way to get a bunch of calories in at one time if you are on the higher end of calories like guys are going to be. And there's a way to pack those to be more nutrient dense. Awesome question.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So in sorry.
No,
so in regards to the Fitness Pal app, you filled out the questionnaire last night. We did our, and you'll give us the custom macronutrients. Will you tell us how to edit them in the app? Because I've been trying to get in the habit. Okay. Because I've been entering everything, and every single day I'm like, oh my God, like I'm way over on everything.
Yeah,
okay.
No, I totally will. And in the email, it'll say how to enter it into My Fitness Pal. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
So
and
good.
we'll also talk about turning the exercise add back in MyFitnessPal off. So it defaults to a setting where if you're exercising, if you've got any exercise logged or your like Fitbit is going on your MyFitnessPal app, it'll add back calories. You want that setting off. And if you don't have premium and you're just on the free version, you'll just want to make sure that nothing is linked to the MyFitnessPal app, because we don't want to be logging the exercise in there.
Yeah.
So we do want to go to the premium account as well?
Nope.
No, you can do it in free. You just don't want to put exercise into the app.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's a huge question. We're going to see it again in the group. So just be prepared. If you want to answer for your friends, you can. It adds calories back in when you put your exercise, and we don't want that. Here's the deal with tracking macros, friends. Nothing is off limits. A lot of you guys have already watched this, or you've done the group, so you know that. But we're going to find a way to make the favorite things that you love fit. You may not eat them as often. You may not eat as much of them at one setting, but there's no reason you can't have Cinnamon Toast Crunch or beer or anything. I've been eating a lot of Cinnamon Toast Crunch lately. It's in my phone, though. It's in my phone. Yeah, so that's what's so great, and that's what makes this doable and livable. That's why I love it. What else? Nothing's off limits. Diets don't work.
This is Clarissa.
Oh, go ahead,
I was
Clarissa.
wondering, where is this worksheet that everyone keeps talking about that they filled out? Did they miss something?
You should have gotten an email from me, but if not, I will send it to you right now.
Okay.
I only send one email, and it's just a welcome email, and that was in there.
Oh.
Yeah. You'll get it. I'll send it to you, Clarissa.
Okay, it's probably buried.
I'm just making a note to myself right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, we'll send those to you by Thursday. Let's see, what else about you don't have to track your macros. So this week we'll talk about who should be tracking, who should not be tracking. It's not for everyone, but it is a great exercise in awareness. We'll tell you how to track when you go out to eat, when you go to social functions. We talk all about that, and we'll also just help you figure out how to hit your numbers. Leanne,
and just remember, you're not going to hit your numbers at first if you're new to this. It's a puzzle. It really is. So if you feel like you're not hitting your numbers, give it some time. We'll obviously help you, and we'll tell you, here's what I'm eating. I'll do this share for the first couple of weeks where I'll just kind of like different days show you what I ate for the day to give you an idea of what a full day of tracking macros looks like. So if you're like, I have no idea what to eat, I don't even know where to begin, we're here to help. And don't be discouraged if you're not hitting those numbers right away, because it's all part of the process.
Absolutely. Yeah. When, for those of you who are new, I don't expect you to hit your numbers for the first 2 weeks, because it's a challenge. Even if my macros change by 10 grams, I'm like, wait a minute, where am I supposed to find 10 more grams of this? Like, how's that going to fit into my day? But you just get used to it. And remember, like I said in my video this morning, change is a skill, and we have to practice changing. Notice or know about yourself that you can learn a new skill. And that's all you need to know about yourself. I can learn a new skill. Great. And here we go. So like I said, we'll do an FAQ on how to track, but do you guys have any general nutrition questions at all? Like, I'm a vegan vegetarian. Can I do this?
You can.
You can. You certainly can. And, you know, for a lot of you, you're going to feel like you're eating more than normal. Here's why you feel that way, because we undereat during the week and then we overeat on the weekends. When we level that out throughout the 7 days of the week, that's when real magic really starts to change. When you start fueling your body properly Monday through Thursday and Friday, rather than holding off or saving for the weekend, your life changes. You don't feel the need to overeat then on the weekends. You're not finally like relaxed, and all the stories we tell ourselves, that's a whole other topic. But yeah, just get prepared, a lot of you, to maybe eat more than you're used to, or at least more protein. And it's not an ungodly amount of protein. I typically say it's going to be anywhere between 30 and 40% of your overall calories, which ends out being about 1 gram per pound of body weight, or if you're more overweight, 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. This is the standard. It's how it's done. It's not too much for your kidneys. You can digest it. It just will take longer. If you have to eat 60 grams of protein at night, it's just going to take your body longer to digest it. It won't go to waste. You're not just going to poop it out. Your kidneys won't go into failure. So just be prepared for that.
If you're tracking food, you also need a food scale.
Excellent point. What do you need to track? A food scale. Food scale over measuring cups and measuring spoons, so you can weigh the food. The weight is the most accurate. Tomorrow we will talk about, tomorrow we have our My Plate guidelines, and then we move into portions when you're using your hand, so that you can guesstimate when you're out to a restaurant and you don't have your scale on you. So this can be done like on vacation as well. I know a lot of us are going to have spring break. Don't worry about it. You don't need to take your food scale to Jamaica. You can use your hand as a guide. If you do, I'll make fun of you. Don't take your food scale on vacation. What else? Any questions about nutrition in general? All right. This is a good group. Anything else we need to add, Leanne, since we talk about tracking later on in the week, like specifics?
I would just say here in the beginning, you're going to get a lot of information. It's going to feel like a lot of info. So, you know, one thing at a time, and a lot of these themes will come back around throughout our 7 weeks total together. And then as far as like measuring your progress, I really recommend taking this week to get pictures of yourself. So these are just for you. They don't need to be shared with the group unless you want to at the end. And this is just one tool of measurement. So we can't just step on a scale and call that our progress. There's a lot of different things we're looking at: how we feel, our energy, our mood, how we're sleeping. All of this is going to come up throughout the program, but one tool of measurement is just that visual. And I know that it was like gold having that when I was measuring progress, especially really early on in this process for me, just to take a look at pictures from the very beginning and then the pictures that I had at the end. It's just another thing to look at. Okay. So I really do recommend taking pictures this week during prep week so that you have them. They're for you.
Because each week we will talk about our successes, and you may not feel like you had any success. But if you get to week 5 and week 6 and you look back and you look at your pictures and you're like, oh my gosh, I did make change. And 6-7 weeks is a short period of time. If you could see the women in my monthly group, the people in my monthly group that have been doing this for 2 years, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. So all these small changes add up, and you're going to want the pictures. So no matter how painful it is to take them or look at them, maybe that's like the motivating factor that you're like, okay, this is where I'm at. You got to be real. We have to be real with ourselves. It's all about awareness. And you look at that picture like, I'm going to change. I don't want to be like this anymore. It could be the thing. Any overall questions, you guys? I think we've covered most of how it's done and all of that. I know more questions will come up, and that's totally fine. For those of you who don't know Leanne and I really just want you to see that we're real people. It's not just some internet. I don't know if you guys saw that scam on the internet, but anyway, I want to get off track. But yeah, thank you for those of you that could join live. Let us know what other questions you have. I'm going to post this in the group for those that could not watch live. And I'm ready for a great 7 weeks. I know it's going to be awesome. Any other final thoughts from anybody?
I'm excited.
I'm excited. Who's excited?
Me. Yeah.
Yes. All right, you guys. Well, have a wonderful day. Thank you again. We are so pumped, and we'll talk to you. I have one more file going up at noon, and then I'll be quiet the rest of the day, I promise.
See ya. Thanks a lot.
You betcha. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.